It's winter on the Rio Grande as Mike and Heather are on the Jimmy Sutton River Ranches outside Langtree, Texas, looking for deer.
Yeah, it needs to be fast.
Jimmy lends moral support as Heather is after her first buck. After only a few months with a bow in her hands, it's anybody's guess what luck she'll have with it. Will she hit or go home empty-handed? Find out today on The Wildlife.
It's about the hunt, more than the kill. Sometimes it's living a dream, other times it cuts like a knife. You take your road, I take mine. The only one I know, they call it the wildlife.
The Wildlife is brought to you by Schmeiser Archery and in part by Broadhead Barn, Yeti Coolers, Commando Hunting Products, Burt Coyote Luminox, Lakewood Products, and Trophy Ridge.
That's how you smazertise.
Are you shooting the world's finest broadhead?
Can your tree stand do that? I didn't think so. Now with a Twisted Timber, you can. Hunt for that mature whitetail from the crooked and twisted trees where he lives. No tools or shims needed. Hook it, level it, and hunt where you need to. Get a Twisted Timber tree stand. And hunt where no man has hunted before.
Can your bow case do this? Is it tough enough to protect your bow? Meet the bow file from Lakewood Products.
Featuring drop-in design with quiver-on storage, accessory and arrow case, all-in-one containment, ATV D-ring attachment, a 10-year warranty, and it's TSA approved.
Serious hunters demand serious equipment.
Get serious. Get a bow file.
That's how you smazertise.
Are you shooting the world's finest broadhead?
And I'm proud to be just who I am.
The Sutton River Ranches are chock full of all kinds of game to eat your feed. Some are wary of getting too close too fast. All you can do is bring the right gear and wait it out. This time, we're after a strapping buck.
I made a lot of trouble when I was young. Mama didn't know all the things I'd done. All the town folks said, that boy, he's a card. But my mama knew I was dancing hard.
What's really cool about going and hunting on the Rio Grande is there's javelina there, and nowadays, I mean, you have to go further and further south to find javelina because so many people, you know, they think they're pigs, and they're not really pigs, they're a rodent, and you know, they only have like 2 little ones a year, and that's why that in Texas, you're only legally supposed to kill 2 javelina per year, you know, and a lot of people have never seen them. Heather's first time was not too long ago. She got to see her first one out in the wild, and they're just a really neat animal.
And I patiently waited my turn.
Well, I mean, I have to carry other groups of hunters out there, you know, prior to her hunt, so, you know, so everybody gets the experience of the Rio Grande. Well, you know, I got you there. I mean, on the wildlife, we use the Lumenok, which is one of my favorite things on the Era, other than the broadhead, which the broadhead is the killing end, of course. But this Lumenok, when you shoot your bow, it pushes the Lumenok into the arrow, which makes contact and turns the Lumenok on, and you can follow it, you know, with the naked eye, and you know where you hit your animal. Let you know how long you can wait on the animal before you go and recover it or whatever, if you made a really good hit or if you think you hit him a little bit far back or anything like that. But we have a lot of fun with them. Heather's got some pink ones she has on her arrows, and I've got the green ones. And it's just the amazing Lumenok. What more can you say? Another cool thing when you visit this awesome place, you know, on the Rio Grande, is there's so many dove down there. Every year they come in, they're flying over, they're coming into the feeders and the corn and things like that. And every year I say, I'm coming next year to hunt dove. I'm just gonna come down and hunt dove, but I hadn't done it yet. But there's so many of them, and they're so cool and pretty. I mean, I love to eat them too. But it's a neat place. There's everything.
Look there, you need to get in it. I mean, go. There she is.
I like milk.
Yeah. One cold, got them. Got a good Yeti cooler here, keeping everything ice cold.
You ever get a chance to join us on one of these hunts on the Rio Grande? The landowner, Jimmy Sutton, he is a character. He is your typical West Texas cowboy rancher, the real deal. I mean, he can tell you stories from daylight till dark, and he's a cool dude to hang out with, and he knows his animals, and you'll have a lot of fun with him.
Ice for many days.
Also on the Rio Grande, when we're down there, there's a lot of great bucks to harvest, but we also like to take out some does too, because there's so many does down there and so much competition, you know, for food and stuff like that. And if you don't take the does out, it causes problems. You don't see the really good bucks in the future. We take the does out, you know, to help out the population of the deer and try to help keep it balanced.
There's an old baseball player and he walks around this town. Big time.
We need to get rid of some of these does. There's way too many does down here and stuff. And there's the last few minutes of daylight left and all that stuff, so I went ahead and shot me a good doe.
I actually waited for a while before I decided I was going to shoot this doe. It was getting a lot darker and darker. With the Lumenok on there and everything, I'm going to go ahead and try it and see what happens. So you're always supposed to wait after you shoot an animal anyways. And it got dark, and the cool thing is, I've always got my stick and shoot with me in my backpack, and it's a great aid in helping find your animal.
We're here today with Mr. Stick and Shoot himself, Wes Adamson. Wes, how in the world did you come up with Stick and Shoot?
Well, me and my partner were sitting around one night after a long hunt, and he said, you know, we need to come up with a magnetic light. Tired of holding a light. And I said, well, surely to God there's one out there. But there wasn't. And after many months of research and a lot of patent searches, we decided to move forward with it and came up with this very simplistic product, and it's gone over very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool, simple idea. I mean, all you do is stick it on your rifle, your bow, your crossbow. I mean, it's a cool concept. I mean, it's amazing. And we use it a lot on the wildlife, I mean, as you can see.
Like that only happens on the wildlife right there. The stick and shoot right there.
That
That's
was
what
awesome.
it's for right there.
That's it.
Cool stuff.
Next on the Wildlife, Mike and Heather are ready to take a buck. They've got the right position, the right weapon, and the right attitude. They've settled into the blind to make it happen. Can she do it? Only time and skill will tell. She'll take a shot next on the Wildlife. The Wildlife is brought to you in part by Discount Wheel and Tire, Martin Archery, Vanguard, True Flight Manufacturing, Glow Peep, Elusive Wildlife, and Hips Archery Targets.
That's how you smazertise.
Are you shooting the world's finest broadhead?
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
That's how you smazertise.
Are you shooting the world's finest broadhead?
And I'm proud to be just who I am.
The game is on the Jimmy Sutton River ranches near the Rio Grande. Excitement is high for the new bow hunter, Heather. And for both Mike and Heather, unbeknownst to them, this trip will play a larger part in their destinies.
Meeting Heather, for one thing, was awesome. But getting her into bow hunting was really cool too.
When I met Mike, he actually brought me into the archery scene.
I tried not to push anything on her and just showing her how to do it.
Growing up, I actually moved every year of my life until I hit 19 years old. Finally settling down and pretty much raised outdoors. Loved fishing and doing that a lot with my dad, but I was pretty much always the girl back at camp when it come to deer season.
She took off like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's like she's been doing it forever. She's got perfect form, everything, and does a great job at it.
I couldn't wait to actually get out into the field and try my hand at bow hunting and hopefully bring home a whitetail and allow myself some bragging rights back at camp.
We were coming back from a trip from Tennessee. We went up there and Heather went on her first ram hunt ever.
Super excited about it. Had no idea what to really expect. Ended up being a fun hunt. Headed back and trying to get back in time, and Mike decides he wants to take pictures on the Mississippi River. I didn't think much about it.
We had to cross the Mississippi River in Memphis, and I was trying to get there before dark. I was trying to get there at sunset. We were traveling, and it was raining on us here and there, and I was so worried about getting there, and because I wanted everything to be perfect, because this meant a lot to me.
Right.
What was it, 100
You could
miles?
always stop at the Mississippi River if you needed to do any business or anything there.
We did stop at
Yeah.
the Mississippi River and took pictures
The
there.
sun was going down, it just hit the water just right.
We took photos there.
Right.
It was a really good photo shoot.
I actually have a picture on the phone with you.
Right.
Has he seen that yet?
I don't think so. It's funny because it looks like I'm calling, talking to my mom or something, because it's right after he proposed, and I'm on the phone with you.
Right.
He'd already done it, but I didn't want to tell anyone because, I hadn't even told my mom or my kids.
Well, I didn't know
anything.
if it was before or after, and then I saw it on Facebook later, and I'm like, dang. And then that's what it's like, yeah, taking some photos. Right. That was well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I mean, we were just scared to die, so I just always want to take pictures of the Mississippi at sunset and all that stuff. Well, and there's a big tree there,
Right.
Fruit tree. She's sitting there with her phone doing something there, and turns around looking or whatever. I get down on one knee, she turns back around, she says, "What are you doing? Get up!"
Did you fall down?
And she said out of a ring box
Right.
or whatever, and she goes,
He always does things like that. He'll always get down on one knee, and I'm like, seriously, get up. Unless you have a ring, get up.
Right. This time you had it.
And
There
so,
you go.
I didn't think anything of it, and I was taking pictures, because it was really, really pretty.
Right.
And I turned around, and he was down on one knee, and I'm like, what are you doing? Get up. And I was like, okay, he has a ring.
Right.
So, and then when he asked, I just stood there.
Right.
He was like,
Well,
is that a yes or a no?
I gave him no puppy dog.
This was one of my favorite hunts, but actually his hunt's over in a good way.
She said yes, so it was a very happy story.
They say a woman needs patient kindness, a nurturing spirit, a hard-working nature, and a sense of fun helps. This one is just a little more. She's trained and armed with a great bow. She's had the finest teacher in Mike, and is equipped with hunter's patience. Heather is moving just outside the box on the wildlife.
So I actually had to wait my turn to get on the Rio Grande. I'm not sure why I had to wait, but I did. I patiently waited. Once I actually got there, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's a world of its own. It's really peaceful, quiet, and there's so many deer. There's deer you don't see in Northeast Texas. I think I lost a lot of sleep that night with so much anticipation of being there in the blind and actually hopefully getting the whitetail that I came for, and I couldn't wait to get out there. So first morning out on the Rio Grande, and I'm anxious to get in the blind. Sitting there and from a distance I see this nice buck, very wide. My heart starts racing, pounding. However, I decided to pass on this deer. Yes, I'm a new bow hunter, but I knew there had to be something bigger out here, or so I thought. That evening we were back out, and same 10-point came in, and unfortunately he didn't give me a shot this time, and so I was even more discouraged about letting him pass that morning. Another nice buck came in and gave me a perfect shot opportunity. First time I had drawn back on a live animal basically, and I missed. There's this little thing on a bow called a peep that I don't think I looked in the peep. My adrenaline was rushing. I didn't give up, I knew I was gonna have another chance back in the blind and to redeem myself, and so I stayed positive and moved forward. So back in the blind that next evening, and I look up and lo and behold, there comes my buck.
She took her time and she made the perfect shot. I was very, very proud of her, excited.
I nailed him. First buck, bragging rights taken.
The deer didn't go 40, 50 yards out and fell right in front of us.
That's a perfect shot, baby. What do you think? Beautiful deer. That was amazing. You're awesome.
Oh, thank God. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm still shaking.
You gotta tell me about it.
That's awesome. Oh.
What do you think?
Not right now. Oh my God, my heart's still pounding.
Oh, I love it. It's dropped right out there, right in front of us. You did it, baby. You did it.
I was so super excited, and Mike had kept telling me, you know, you have no idea what you just did. Being able to make that kind of shot on a deer and watch him fall in front of you as my first kill, it was super exciting, and I'm no longer the girl back at camp.
It's no longer pink. It's red.
Did it do the job? I am so jealous. That's a nice deer, isn't it? Look at that shot. Are you kidding? I mean, look at that. Perfect.
Yeah, it needs to be fast.
Mike just got me into bow hunting a couple of months ago, and I've not had really the chance to get out and kill anything. I patiently waited to get on the Rio Grande, and he got me set up, pinked out. We headed down here a couple of days ago, and this came in and I couldn't resist. Yesterday was my dad's birthday, so I wish you could be here, Dad. Happy birthday.
Awesome hunt. I think I was more excited than she was. I mean, my heart was beating like crazy.
Not only did I kill it the day after my dad's birthday, it was exciting for me to get back and be able to call him and let him know. Both him and my brother, they were, I think, more jealous than excited for me, because now they had their daughter and sister holding the record of a whitetail, and game was on after that.
That's awesome. Where'd you kill that at, on a wildlife?
Wildlife, baby.
You know, it's been a real adventure for me. I couldn't be more blessed, I guess I should say, to have met Mike and for him to get me involved in his passion.
And this is how we do it on the wildlife right here.
Dead deer down.
It's been a lot of fun, and I really encourage a lot of women, every woman, to get out and take a step. It's just meeting that opportunity, and for me, Mike was that opportunity. I have a lot of adventures ahead, a huge bucket list, so I'm super excited and can't wait for you guys to come along.
The wildlife finds Heather Ray shooting straight as an arrow to bag her first big buck. After only a short time, Heather the novice becomes Heather the hunter. No matter the course set by this hunting family, whatever happens next is bound to be wild. The Wildlife is brought to you in part by RattlingForks.com, Fox Stump Grinding, Van Zandt Custom Knives, Fur and Feather Taxidermy, Woody's Meat Market, Performance Paint and Body, Crawford Electric, and McQueen Propane.
That's how you smazertise.
Are you shooting the world's finest broadhead?
Nice going, Spencer. I can't believe we broke Old Man Hennessy's window.
Correction, dude. You broke. I just threw the ball.
This is really bad. What are we gonna do?
We?
Go to the door, ask for the ball back. Are you serious?
It's my ball, Myrtleback.
I'm so dead. I'd run away.
Yeah, to Uruguay.
Kiss your life goodbye. Sorry.
Let's go. See ya. You got me and your well.
Nice one. Some friends you are.
Keep smiling, keep shining.
Hi. Tell him it was an accident. And we can fix the window. Come on. I'll come with you.
Loyalty. Pass it on.
You go first.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
That's how you smazertise.
Are you shooting the world's finest broadhead?
And I'm proud to be just who I am.
We had a really great hunt with Heather taking an awesome buck with her pink bow and her pink arrow. Imagine that.
All kidding aside, it was a great hunt. My first experience was unbelievable.
And he saw that he got shot with a pink bow and a pink arrow, and he fell over. He couldn't take it.
There's a lot more adventures to come, and I hope you guys join us here on The Wildlife.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.